there. I wanted to come out to you on this Memorial Day to go over something that someone had reached out to me after my last blog article with the ghost bar charts. So I wanted to show you, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. So a user created this after Joseph Ferrone created this after seeing my ghost blog and ghost bar chart blog, I should say. So I wanted to show you how to recreate this because I kind of thought this was interesting. It looks kind of like a striped stacked bar chart. So I'm going to go ahead and replicate this with Tableau Public. And I'm connected to Tableau Public, Samples Superstore. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to let's put region on the rows shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and put region there. And the next thing I'm going to do is put sales on the columns shelf. So I can see that I've got the beginnings of a bar chart here. And one habit that I always encourage users to get into is to do your formatting before you really get into the thick of creating charts, and go up to the format menu in the toolbar, above the toolbar, I should say, and go to Format Workbook. And I learned this trick from Yamil in a past Tableau user group session. And on that Format Workbook menu, you can get rid of grid lines in your entire workbook all at once. So go under lines and turn those grid lines off. And you'll see those lines have disappeared behind your bar chart. You can also, if you click more, remove 0 lines by turning them off. And you can also get rid of axis rulers here by turning those off. And so just get in the habit of doing that all at once. So the next thing I'm going to do is expand this bar chart across the entire page by going to that toolbar and selecting entire view. So that is just the first step. So I said we wanted to create a stacked bar chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put category on the colors marks card there. So we can see we've got a nice little, stacked bar chart here. And what I want to do is I want to do a dual axis. So I'm going to click on sum of sales on the columns shelf and hold my control key down on the keyboard. Holding that control key down on the keyboard will allow me to duplicate the pill. So we can see here I've got 2 sales pills. So I'm going to click on that second one and create a dual axis. And I'm also going to synchronize the axis. That's the other thing, is you always want to remember to synchronize the axis so that the numbers will line up correctly. And then I'm going to go to my all marks card and change this to a bar. So I should have 2 bars on top of each other. So what I'm going to do is select the sum of sales, the second one, and I'm going to move the category to the detail here. And I'm going to give this an outline. So I'm going to go to that color marks card and select border and give it a nice outline. And then I'm going to change the color to white. So it makes it nice and empty. And then I'm going to go to the size and just shrink it down. So I have like a little striped there. And I can see that the borders are nice and crisp here, but I might want to do the same thing back on the sales marks card. So I'm going to click on sales here and go to the color marks card and give them a dark border. So it looks kind of like an empty, and we can adjust the size here by going to either marks card. I'm going to click on sum of sales, and maybe I want to shrink the size so it looks a little less wide there. You can customize these however. I just thought it was kind of neat that it looks like it's striped kind of here. And you can also put your label inside this white bar chart by dragging sales to the label, and you can see that they're inside of the stacks. So I'm going to right click on sales and format it now and make sure it's a currency. So I'm going to take away the decimal places, and it's just a nice, crisp, clean view. Maybe you don't like this. Maybe you do. I just thought it was an interesting stance on, the previous week's blog of, the ghost bar chart. So Other things you might want to do is just clean it up by right-clicking on the top bar chart and unchecking show header. And then once you're still in that formatting pane on the left-hand side, it's just taking away those borders. So you can see, okay, I'm going to get rid of those row dividers. I'm going to get rid of the column dividers. Maybe I want to really make central clear. So I'm just going to click on that and right-click format. So I can make it like a larger, font size, give it bold, all those kinds of things. So this is how you can make a stacked bar chart with kind of that, empty white center and kind of call out your labels. I thought it was kind of interesting. Thanks for joining.